Right off the bat, I would like to say that if this manages to get even more than 10 views, I will be very surprised. And let's begin. Hello everyone, my name is Sumita Thakur. I'm 18 years old and I am a law student living in Delhi, NCR. So this video is basically a story about how I managed to mess up an entrance that mattered so much to me. Right now, currently, I am someone who has graduated her 12th, and I am in that phase where I'm between your 12th ending and your college starting. So I thought, why not utilize this time and start a YouTube channel? I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer since I was very young. Um, when there are those cases जहाँ तुम्हें बोला जाता है कि we think you will be a very good lawyer. So that is something that happened with me. I was always told by my family members that they thought I would be a great lawyer, and that is when that thought first came to my mind, where I thought that okay, what if we actually want to become a lawyer? And obviously, I was growing up, I was great in all the subjects. I would not say that I was bad at anything. I was very good at math as well, at science as well, but there was always that inclination towards the social studies, especially history, and that is what led up to me choosing humanities in my 11th. Now, when I was choosing humanities, there were those career options that I was given, and law is something that is, one of the most obvious career option that routes through humanities. So I decided I wanted to be a lawyer, and I thought it was going to be easy until I started preparing for it. Now, this video is not to demotivate anyone who wishes to pursue law as a career. This is just something that is my own personal story that I thought I could share with the world, and maybe they would be interested in listening it. My family obviously enrolled me in a coaching for law, and I prepared for the law entrance, CLAT and ALET, for the next 2 years. That is my whole 11th and my whole 12th until December, where your CLAT examination takes place every year. And that preparation was a roller coaster, to say the least. Being very honest, in my 11th, I did not really study at all, and I feel like that a lot of people who enroll themselves in law coaching end up not studying in their entire 11th. So that is what happened with me, and it is definitely something I regret, but I'll talk about that later. Then my 12th came, and 6 months were remaining to CLAT. That's when I actually logged in. Not that I was not studying at all, I was, but I started studying and I realized that okay, it's not going to be very easy cracking this exam. There were endless mocks that were taking place every weekend, every weekday. There was the endless pile of GK that was never finishing, and you had to stay updated with every month, from the entire January to December. And obviously, there was logical, and logical is something that you're either born with it or you are really bad at it. And honestly, this is something that I think, and I ended up being bad at logical reasoning, especially those assumption based questions, and it was a total mess. My image back at home was always, being that smart kid, because I scored 93% in my 10th boards. And even before my 10th, I was someone who used to get straight A's. There would be nothing on my report cards except A's. So there was that common perception, obviously, that I am going to do very good in my entrance. But when I ended up messing it up, this was something that I was not prepared for myself, because I thought that I can achieve anything that I set my heart to, and I could not do it. Now, how I managed to mess up my CLAT and ELIT is something that I think is a very big topic to talk about. But to sum it up, is that there was a lot of stress, first of all, because when someone tells you that this one entrance is going to decide the rest of the years of your life, it's a big weight that is placed on your shoulders. And while I work very well under stress, this level of stress was something I was not ready for. And I know myself how I wrote that CLAT paper with my hands shaking, and it was just it's one of my worst nightmares. I don't like to think about it. And I even managed to mess up the OMR. Now, that is also one of my worst fears, and it ended up happening that day. I was completely shattered. I was crying, I was in shambles because it mattered so much. And I feel like this was the first thing that did not go my way that mattered a lot to me. And I was not prepared for that sort of, heartbreak. And then happened ALET. Now, ALET, I did very amazing in ALET. And I was like, when I walked out of that hall, I was like, wow, I did so good in ALET and I did so bad in CLAT. How is that possible? But then I figured out that ALET 2026 was something that was easy for almost everyone. It was not just me who found it to be easy. There were a lot of people who thought it would be easy. And when an entrance is easy for everyone, the cutoff goes really high. The cutoff went high, and while I was very close to getting into NLU Delhi, I could not. And I was broken and I was hopeless and I was crying all week, all day. It was a mess. But then comes another law entrance in the picture, and that is SLAT. I gave SLAT, I did amazing in SLAT. I got called for the personal interview round, and while I am not sure that if I want to reveal my college right now to this public domain, I will probably in the future if this somehow works out. I managed to get into a, if not very good, a decent law college, and I was ready to take literally anything at that point. So right now I am waiting for my semester to start, and that will take place in June. So this is my story, and this is a sort of introduction video. Now, if this manages to blow up, if people end up watching it, if people end up liking it, I would like to make more videos about all that I studied while preparing for my CLAT and ELET, about the things that I learned from not doing good in CLAT and ELET. I would like to vlog my journey as a law student in India, and I would like to show you guys more that goes on in my life. So let's praying and hoping that people love what I'm putting out there. Thank you so much for watching, and you can subscribe for more.